May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Rumpus in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Swole. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, it is Sunday. We are here for the Sunday house party. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is a professional wrestling podcast. And we wouldn't be the professional wrestling podcast that we've come to be known as in our community of professional wrestling, that people have come to us for our thoughts and opinions about things in wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd be remiss if we didn't speak about the passing of Hulk Hogan, 71 years old, Hulkamania, running wild man. And I gotta be honest. I'm about to bring on my co-host here, my bros here. Um, uh, it, this is one of, if not the most polarizing passing that I have ever witnessed in my entire life. Hulk Hogan was a man that, I mean, impacted many lives. I'll never deny that. I mean, he was a pop culture icon, and man, just everything that he meant. And before the show, we kind of talked about it because I was saying I had my thoughts that I had when I initially heard the news. But man, I have got to tell you, man, I sometimes it's good to sit with things for a couple of days. You think, you let things marinate in your mind, and I'm seeing the outpour. Everybody that's having something to say about Hogan, positive or negative. And when I think about that, I just think about, man, the impact that he had, whether it be running wild in the 80s, with Hulkamania, the red and black, or when he transcended wrestling in the late 90s with the New World Order. I think this this guy is a guy who people looked at and saw a certain type of way, and myself. Now, if you have listened to this podcast for a long time, you know exactly how a lot of us feel about Hulk Hogan. We've not been quiet about it. We've been very transparent about it. But I just don't feel like that today is that day. And I say this, sitting with it, in my son, who is 15 years old and knows all things Hulk Hogan, the bad, and the ugly. He knows it all, even at his young age. He asked me about it and how I felt about it, and I said, "Man, this man is going to have one of the most complicated legacies." I mean, in one of the most complicated legacies in the history of the world, man, because once again, not shied away from what we said, that what we feel about him personally is Terry. I wouldn't say hate. I think hate's a strong word. He didn't do anything to me personally, but like, I feel like disappointment is the right word because
Yeah.
like
Mm,
coming up, this guy was a freaking superhero, man. I mean,
yeah.
he fought for the right of every man. And it was sad to find out that later that he didn't love every man, but it's just a thing that he was that superhero, that ultimate good. That I mean, he was Superman, dude. He was Superman. Was when you're a kid and you see Hulk Hogan, you see the size of that man, and he's telling you to do all the right things in life. He's not out here preaching. I know about Terry the Man, I know it, but I'm talking about Hulk Hogan for a second. He told you to do all the right things in life. Say your prayers, take your vitamins, do good, be good, do your best, be the best version of yourself. That's the message that he was giving off. And then once again, like I said earlier, transcended professional wrestling in 96 when he formed the NWO and just became that cool badass. Like to this day, people still wear NWO things. People still say for life. People still do these things, man. Like he went from the ultimate good to the cool badass, man. And like for me personally, disappointment is the word because he was always there. You know, while I was never the biggest Hogan guy, he was always there and he was always having an impact on professional wrestling, and he put professional wrestling on the map not once but twice. And did he hold a lot of people down? Yes, he did. And that's awful. That's terrible. I get it. And I'm just getting in front of everything, in front of
Mhm.
everything. But, man, when I think about some of the way some people that I know personally and love in the business, how they've reacted to it. You have people like my good friend Elijah Burke, who came out and he had a moment in the ring with Hogan, helped his career, and he was thankful. And once again, complicated legacy. I've probably gone on a little bit too long because I'm still working through how I'm feeling with it.
Yeah.
But let me give it to my guys over here. Voice, you're somebody there, we're definitely going to get Grun's thoughts for sure. But Voice, you're up there in that, you're in the age range as me, bro, so you saw a lot of that, a lot of it.
I
Where are
did.
you at? What's your thoughts, your mindset, everything?
Well, firstly, to our fans in the chat, thank you guys for the fuck yourselves, Nick. I appreciate that. Lou, I'm glad you like the background. Um, yeah, complicated is the secret word of the day, and if I had that Pee Wee Herman drop, I'd hit it now, but I don't.
Yeah.
So yes, the man Terry has said some horrible shit and politicked to keep certain people down. Um, I did run across a video from years ago when he was asked if he considers Hogan a racist, and he said no, and it all had to do with the fact that Booker came to him in the locker room one day and he's like, "Hey man, if you don't like black people and you hate me so much, why didn't you get me fired?" And he's like, "I'm not trying to take food away from you or anything." He's like, "I just didn't feel you were ready for this moment." Which, think of the guys that Hogan came up with. Andre the Giant would take his thumb and shove it in Hogan's ass anytime he
Mhm.
had the chance to humiliate and keep him down. Harley Race. Hogan had a very pretty cool career over in Japan. If fans out
I
there don't know
remember
that,
some of
he
that,
had
yeah.
some really good matches over there. And man, Terry, for whatever reason, he said what he said. It was horrible. It was something that has put tarnished his legacy, his career. But at the end of the day, I don't have to atone for what he said or how he lived his life. He has to atone for that. I think in this day and age, we're quick to judge a lot of people for what is readily available uh, for access. I mean, we went from Hogan being somebody that we only seen in a wrestling ring or on a movie set or on a TV, and then he was the world evolved digitally, and there was,
Podcast, candid
yeah,
interviews, and
people having cameras, people videotaping
everything.
him in certain situations because a married couple decided that that's what they wanted to do with him. Like, think about that in reality. It was a married couple who decided that they wanted to have this. There was no ill intentions, no none of that. Everybody was aware of this, and then it gets put out there. This conversation he was having with somebody. I'm not trying to be an apologist for somebody using the language they used, but think about all the others we haven't heard who probably said the fucking same shit. And the fact of the matter that tarnished his career, that tarnished anything about him, because like you said, House, he was a he was just a mountain of a man. I loved how you said before we went live, he was what, at one point he was what Michael Jordan was to basketball to wrestling. And you
Yep.
can continue that because you, in that era that he did, he was what Wayne Gretzky was to hockey,
Yep.
Bo Jackson to football and
Tony
baseball.
Hawk to skateboarding.
Exactly. Like, there was a moment where you couldn't turn on a TV in the summertime without seeing Hulk Hogan on something.
Man.
Now, saying all that, um, I do have my personal connection with him. He was the very first wrestler that I seen. I've
Yep.
said
You
it
told the story on the
so
show
many
before.
times. Yeah, Sabu
Yep.
changed my perspective, but Hogan was my first. Hogan was the one who, like you said, he gave me something to believe in. Believe in yourself no matter what. If that's the last thing you have to do, you can lift a giant and body slam him in front of
Yep.
everybody and let everybody know. I loved the NWO turn. I do still think Hogan's heel turn's the biggest to ever be done. Um, it not only shook the promotion he was in, it shook the promotion he left.
It
Things had to,
changed the face of the wrestling world.
yeah, everybody had to change on a dime at that moment. Not ECW because we're perfect and we were
They were
doing
still beautiful.
we were still doing things perfectly. But you know how I choose to remember him is what he did for me when I needed to escape my reality, and I'm going to choose to remember him in a ring. It does suck that he's gone. It sucks that he chose some things to say and do. But at the end of the day, he was a man. None of us are perfect. And that's what sucks about this day and age. We can have heroes and people we look up to, but they rarely ever live up to that hero image we put upon them. And
Yeah, that's so true.
hopefully hopefully you can atone for some of the shit you said, did, and how you treated people. But you know, I bet I bet there's some really cool people seeing some really cool matches right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's crazy, man, because he's now up there. You know what I'm saying? Mean Gene's up there with the mic. You know what I'm saying? Him and Macho renewing that legendary feud, man. And like I said, man, I try to look at things beyond my own scope. And when I see the outpour of people who I know and respect and the personal moments that they had with him, I'm like, man, it's he's a legend, man. I
Yeah,
mean, he's a legend. I mean, it doesn't matter. to say he's not a legend is just moving off of emotions. And I get the emotions. I do. I understand the emotions, but like he had a cultural impact that is that just can't be ignored.
Yeah.
You know,
100.
I mean,
Dude,
it just can't. I
I
mean,
truly wish my Uncle Jack was alive so I could tell him that I'm the Hulkster that's living. I mean, that
yeah,
was his nickname for me from the time I
yeah,
was
I remember
3,
I remember that story.
you know? But it's just Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Like I said, just such so I feel so complicated about it, man. Grun, give some of your thoughts, man. I know you're a younger fan. I always love to, but no, I always love to get the perspective from the younger fans. I always do. Like, where are you at with this, man? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I my introduction to Hulk Hogan was a feud with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels turned on him like 2005 or 2004. It must have been 2005. Shawn Michaels turned on him. They had a big match. I think it was at SummerSlam too. Who I can't remember, but that would lead to Hulk Hogan having his final feud with Randy Orton at SummerSlam, no less. And
Crazy.
it is absolutely crazy. And like it took time, but I started to understand, appreciate everything Hulk Hogan can do and has done for pro wrestling. Granted, TNA, he kind of didn't help
Oh
them.
man.
He
Oh
No,
kind of
no.
didn't.
we don't talk
No.
about that.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
just wrecked it.
no.
Oh,
Um, I like seeing. I remember hearing about the tape and the comments. I'm like, oh, dude, come
yeah.
on. Like disappointment is the perfect word for it because it's like he's from a different. He's from a time when he was coming up in pro wrestling. Unfortunately, he had to be a snake in the locker room just to get spots, and that was before he became the Hulk Hogan that we imagine, that we dream of. Um, it was a time when people really did have to politic really hard to get spots on cards, just to be in a 3 minute match. Like it was, he did some underhanded stuff in his career, but you know what? It doesn't change the fact that without Seth Rollins is still in Iowa, still wrestling out of Iowa. Becky Lynch in Ireland, watching Finn Balor maybe wrestle around the world to maybe afford a hotel room for a night. Right? Like nobody is making the kind of money they're making today without Hulk Hogan. Nobody. No, nobody in the wrestling industry, at least.
That's a pretty
Fair.
fair point. I mean,
Uh,
he did come out of that era where they were only getting scraps,
Yeah,
yeah.
honestly, for their talent.
yeah,
Dude. So, I'm in like a direct like a group or whatever on Instagram with a lot of my cousins,
right.
and we just share stuff with each other like motivational stuff or getting through the day and stuff. Just trying to stay connected as a family. You know what I'm saying? And so like. And of course, Hogan died, and everybody was up in there like Khan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
just like one of my thoughts or whatever. And like we started talking, and I was like, I think like because there was it was another emotions. There was some like yo Hulk Hogan. I remember him as a kid, and then there was some F Hogans and stuff in the group. Just people feel how they feel, you know. But I was like, we really got into the conversation, and I was like, I still don't think to this day there's been a bigger box office draw for professional wrestling like since Hogan. Like you can say, and this is like rarefied air. This is rarefied air. I think the only real like people who like helped make the company like a different level of money is Bruno San Martino, um, John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Hulk Hogan, and that's it. That's it. And he was like, "What about The Rock?" I was like, "The Rock didn't stay long enough. The
Mm-mm.
Rock wasn't there long enough, and the business was already thriving by the time The Rock had came to prominence." I mean, they had a solid. You had, Triple H coming up in there. You had Stone Cold coming up in there. Undertaker. Like, no, I'm talking about a single man, a single entity that helped draw money and make money on a different level that they wasn't making money at before.
Yeah, because
Hogan I'm sorry, Hogan
no,
proved that couldn't just do it once, he did it twice, once
yeah,
for the WWF and once for the WCW.
yeah, you're 100% on that. And plus, you also have to think the Rock's money. Okay, the Rock, his family knew exactly how much he was going to make, but they
Yeah.
also knew that there was opportunities that that platform would get you, and Rock took those opportunities and went and did the movies. You're 100% on that, because a lot of people would throw the Rock in there, and he did not stick around. He stayed enough to get his name up, and then went and did movies, and came back, did his thing, and at that time, the ball was already in motion.
Yep. It was
And
already going, bro. I'm just
sorry, that
saying,
was
like
just a thought that, like, once you said that, man, I was like, oh, he's right.
you know what's so crazy? I said that and like two of my cousins were like, "I don't even know who Roman Reigns is."
What?
They have no clue who Roman Reigns. They don't know who he is. I had to say that's the Rock's little cousin.
Yeah.
Mm,
So like that just goes to show you, like, of course, there's wrestling is for a very niche group of people that is continuing. So the wrestling is, I think, once again, and I stand firm when I say this, I haven't seen new wrestling fans like this in a very long time. There's been a recent boom of new wrestling fans in like the last year or so. It's just crazy, but like, yeah, no, I think that Hogan truly is like still the guy who and yes, did he definitely TNA failed, you know what I'm saying? And then, it was more like for going back to WWE, he was more on a leash, you know what I'm saying? Because he was working with Vince again, so he couldn't just do the stuff that he did in WCW, you know, but that's the difference between somebody like, like an Eric Bischoff or like a Tony Khan and a Vince McMahon. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody who's been in the business so long that you respect him. Hogan knew he wasn't going to be able to pull none of those things with Vince. He knew.
yeah. You know,
So, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was going to say, Grun, you brought up the comparison with Randy Orton and Hogan, and then SummerSlam coming up.
Yeah.
Here's another comparison you can do with Randy Orton and Hogan. Hogan brought in Ozzy. Ozzy also has passed away. He was laid to rest yesterday
Mm,
in his birth over in England. But he brought him in, and the contrast between the just pure outpour of love for Ozzy, and then the mixed emotions about Hogan. This SummerSlam, we're bringing in Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Look at that comparison, though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A guy who has, in his own era, Randy Orton's changed multiple times, but
yeah,
his fandom has just continued to grow, much like Hogan. He's
yeah.
bringing in musicians that are beloved by mass amounts of people. Jelly Roll,
Hmm.
Hogan, and Ozzy.
Yep.
It's just kind of cool how you can see those similarities,
And it's
uh,
happening at SummerSlam, like you
and it's
said.
happening at SummerSlam. I wonder if we're gonna get a nod from Orton in his gear.
Maybe.
Probably.
That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet. I say I'm interested to see what they do on Monday Night Raw because I don't think they're just gonna leave it at SmackDown. Um,
SmackDown did an amazing job.
yeah, we can definitely jump right into that, and then we could jump into some comments as well. We just had to talk about it because like the impact was just so heavy, and I think that honestly it was a really good segue into it. There's no really good segue when you're dealing with death. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, in huge impact and complicated legacy at the end, but still, I mean, we might not be doing what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? If Hogan didn't change the business twice, so like
Hey, you're
we
right.
keep we keep going because wrestling keeps going. Let's go ahead and jump into SmackDown because they did the 10 bell salute for Hogan and it was the right. I thought it was the right touch. They got Jimmy Hart out there immediately. Of course, Jimmy was going to be there. That relationship those two had super close. Jimmy Hart, somebody who I've got a chance to learn from and whatnot. So just once again, I think they did it right in the opening. Grant, I'm going to give it to you. Go ahead and give me some of your overall thoughts on this past SmackDown.
Overall, I thought they did a great job of balancing the show with Hogan tribute and pushing SummerSlam, which is next weekend, next Saturday and Sunday.
Yes,
That was definitely a big concern I but honestly, I thought they did just swell with it.
balanced it very well.
Did they
Yes.
do swell? What are
They
we
did
in the
swell.
1940s? They did
Yeah.
swell, guys.
You know what? That word just came
It just
out.
came out.
I do have one critique with WWE.
Uh,
WWE, I pulled up your page. Why the hell is it telling me impulsive and secret are misspelled? Why with squiggly lines on your fucking page?
oh
Oh
dear God.
shit!
What the fuck?
You done fucked
Oh
up,
dear God.
WWE.
How am I'm literally seeing like, oh, you don't have of all these grammatical errors with names and shit. It's like, bro, how the fuck do you guys post that?
That's insane, bro.
That is
That's pretty fucking funny. I like
it is
that.
funny. Even SummerSlam, it's still saying it's misspelled.
Oh
Oh,
God.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh well, they'll figure it out, Grun.
Yeah, um, Cody Rhodes gave a really nice promo.
I liked it.
We saw a little bit of what Jelly Roll is going to be doing this next Saturday or Sunday.
Did well.
Yeah. My favorite part of the night had to have been the main event match. More
Mm-hmm.
for what we got after the main event match.
Yowie wowie!
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yes.
man.
Oh man. Like if you guys missed this, we are getting a tag team match at SummerSlam for the WWE Tag Team Championships, and it only has a few teams. It has the Wyatts. It has
What?
Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
What?
DIY.
What?
Street Profits.
What?
Motor City Machine Guns.
What?
Who the hell am I missing? And Fraxium.
What?
And those titles are hanging above the ring inside a TLC match.
Oh. Oh, that's gonna be so good, dude.
More chaos, carnage. Oh, I live for this.
This is where we needed at Mania, but I'm
Yep.
glad we're getting it at
I
SummerSlam.
am so excited for. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm not even listen. Pull the curtain back. I don't even care. You guys can make fun of me. I do not care. Like when they announced this match, when the build up, there's when I saw Nick Aldis out there and he's like, "Oh, I'm tired of this," and I was like, "What you tired of, Nick? What are you tired of, Nick? You tired of it? What you about to do, Nick?" And he's like, "We're about to have this match. We're gonna do it. I guess you guys just didn't get enough earlier this year." And I was like, "What are you about to do, Nick? What are you about to do?" And then he announced the match, and I'm just sitting over there physically shaking as I'm like, this is about to be a freaking car wreck between the tag team division, 6 teams, TLC situation. Damn. Like, that's all I can say is damn, because like I was already excited. I was looking at the card. We didn't even get to the fact they added Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn on the damn SummerSlam card. Thank you for doing that. We get this. We
Yeah.
get the voice. What you think, man? Because
I
I
think
can't
this
know.
is amazing. We need to hit our chat. They've been
Please
blowing
go.
up.
Go.
I mean,
Yeah, my
geez.
mind is everywhere, bro.
Yeah, let's go back to Lou's comments during our Hogan discussion. All emotions that everyone has had definitely are correct to feel. The man himself was very flawed and not the greatest person. The wrestler was someone that helped me learn about the wrestling world as a kid, and I will be grateful for that piece. Yeah,
That's
exactly,
fair.
Lou. I
That's
love
fair, Lou.
that. We got Fighting's One also chiming in. For him, it's always been Flair and Hogan. They have always been uh what's that say? Heck
Neck and
neck?
neck,
Neck
neck
and
and
neck.
neck. The true
Yeah.
goat. At least in my mind, Flair always won. So he's a big Fightins is a big Flair guy for sure. So yeah, I mean, like Impact, heavy man, heavy. Uh, but back to, I mean, I want to go back and talk about some of this match here. I like. Hold on, we got Fightins
Yeah.
here saying, do you think there's some underlying reason they are teaming Ray Phoenix with Andrade and them keeping the Lucha Boys separate? Lucha Bros separate besides a singles penta run. I think that the singles penta run is, I think it's going a little bit better. Not to say that they was waiting for it to fail, but I think it's a good trajectory right now. They're also both on different shows. And if you guys have listened to the show, I think last week or so, we were talking about the possibility of maybe a WWE draft after SummerSlam. Could we possibly see a draft? And then boom, that gives the opportunity to put those three together, and you already have the star power Penta who's doing this thing on his own, but then you have Ray Phoenix and Andrade who's already established themselves as in a short amount of time. If you're just a WWE fan, um, as a short amount of time as a makeshift, I'm just you like quote unquote makeshift tag team that they put together, and they already could have won the titles in that main event match that Grun was talking about earlier. They literally had the match won until Nikki Cross got involved. So like they're legitimate. Like this match, bro, it's about to hit hard as hell. But as far as them coming together, I can see it happening if they do a draft.
Um yeah, and I would like to say Fighting's One. I've been talking about this one specifically. I think they're gearing up to have Penta join up with them, and it's going to be a faction that is it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to rival the whole LWO. They can definitely figure out something different in that area. Um,
Well, they've already found a groove. You was talking about like before on the air, the presentation of the promo with Ray Phoenix and
yes,
Andrade from SmackDown. Already in a very short amount of time, they are really building them up in a really good way.
yeah, they are. I mean, the visual that they gave us in that promo package was brilliant. Exactly what I've been thinking of with them. Each one knowing the strength of the other one and what they bring to the group. And you add Penta into that, stand next to those two. Come on. Come on. That is just pure money right there. And plus, I love the fact that if Penta is on this singles high right now, if you put them together, Ray and Andrade can do tag team work.
Yep.
And then you can let Penta have his singles run. And then when
Yep.
Penta slows down, throw him with Ray. Then you got your Lucha Bros back. And then you got Andrade doing singles work. And we can get Andrade back up to the top where
Around
he needs to
Andrade.
be. And then
Yep.
when Ray is finally ready, boom. It's just there's so many things you can play inside this idea. And I think that's exactly why I want it more than any other storyline right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited for what this match is going to be. Like, it's going to be such chaos. And once again, already a loaded SummerSlam as it is. And we're going to break down that card because on the second half of the episode, we are going to be doing our Summer Slam card breakdown. We're just going to talk some things, get some highly anticipated matches and things of that nature. But right now, we're talking SmackDown, and I want to rewind a little bit because we really got into that tag match that went down at the main event. I want to rewind to the very beginning and get back to this segment in the beginning where we had Logan Paul, Jelly Roll, Randy, and Drew. And I gotta say, um, Logan Paul really needs to be considered for a possible championship run sometime later this year or early next year, because he's just constantly proving to me that he can hold it. He's got it. You are giving him a chance to lead with somebody who has very little experience, and I'm talking about Jelly Roll, but let me give that man his credit, because Jelly Roll has done everything that he has needed to do to be in the spot that he is in right now. And damn it, I got to tell you, Chris Van Vliet was right, because I was listening to Chris's podcast Insight, and he was saying Jelly Roll's been working in the performance center. He moved to Florida and started, he lost all this weight. He moved to Florida so he could train. And I gotta say, the little things, the little this and that I saw from Jelly Roll on SmackDown, I'm like, dude, okay, some of those strikes were crisp. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, I see you with the back elbows. I got it. And then this motherfucker pulled out the fucking black hole slam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are we even doing anymore? Like, really, you gonna hit him with the boss man slam, bro? What do we? That was what? Like, and Logan Paul doing such a great job of just egging him on, and the
Mhm.
role that Randy and Drew McIntyre are playing are really good. I gotta say this though, and then I'm gonna get some of your guys' thoughts on it. I love Drew McIntyre. I have been a huge fan of Drew McIntyre. I have. I'm at a point where I'm concerned, because what the hell is he about to do after this? I mean, what's he gonna do, dude? Like, just because they keep putting him in these situations where it seems like he's about to come back and do this big thing and this and that, and then he just loses matches and then he goes away. And he's done it a couple of times with CM Punk. He did it with Damian Priest, and like, when are we putting some gas in Drew McIntyre and gassing him up again? Because I'm just wondering what's going on with all this stop and start stuff. I'm just curious about it. This is going to be a fun tag team match. It's going to really be highlighted by what Jelly Roll is going to do, and more than likely the baby faces are going to stand tall in it. I could definitely see that, or maybe they go in a different direction and maybe have Logan Paul, hit Jelly Roll with the big punch, and then boom, send him home pissed off, and we start to build on Logan Paul. Which, building on Logan Paul is not a bad idea right now. I really think we're entering a portion of WWE where it could win the title and possibly fairly soon and hold it for a couple of months, maybe even at least into the Royal Rumble. I just think that right now with and I don't know how you get there exactly, but I just think right now Logan Paul is kind of proving himself. He's showing up, he's making the appearances, and he's just getting better all the time. Voice, what you thinking, man? Where you at? I know you're somebody who's advocated for Logan Paul. I get it. I get the hate, y'all. Yada yada yada. Like, for me, good is good. Voice, what you think, man?
Yeah, I think Logan Paul's pumping on all cylinders. Jelly Roll's doing everything he's supposed to do. He's trained. He dropped the weight. They're doing move sets that complement him, and for his experience in the ring, perfect. Drew McIntyre, I am so ready for you to just be like, hey, maybe this isn't my thing. Maybe I should go to, I don't know, learn the code. I'm tired of Drew. Every time he gets onto a storyline, I was excited for the CM Punk shit. Thought we were going to have a big explosion of Drew McIntyre after that. We went sad. It went to nothing. Why? What is the disconnect happening? If you look at Drew McIntyre, he fits every feature you would want in a main eventer? Why is he
True.
not a main eventer? Why is he subjugated to this stuff? What is happening? Because it can't just the WWE has no idea what to do with him. How are you a writer if you have no idea what to do with a golden goose like Drew McIntyre? The CM Punk Hell in a Cell match alone should help you write at least a year-long story for Drew McIntyre. The guy can pick up on shit, he can push stories, he can do all that. So why isn't it happening? Why is when he does try to push a story, why don't the fans pick up on it?
He's too smart for the fans?
No. Don't say that ridiculous stuff to me ever again. No. I sincerely think that there's a disconnect, and I think it's with Drew McIntyre. It's the same thing every time he tries to push a story. If it doesn't get any gas on his promo work, what's he go to? X. He tries
Yeah.
there. If it doesn't get any gas there, what's his next thing? Oh, they put him on a 3-week hiatus. We'll see him for 3 weeks. And then he comes back and we're supposed to be excited because he's in a already built. You could pull a fan out of the crowd that might have had some wrestling training and put him in Drew McIntyre's spot in this match, and it would be okay.
Damn.
Crazy. I think here's the thing with Drew McIntyre, because I'm kind of working through it as far as because I'm one, like I said, I straight up said it. What's he gonna do next?
Yeah.
The last feud where I felt like, oh, this dude's about to really jump off was the CM Punk feud, because I felt like that there was a fire there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you remember the feud, like the build to the match as vividly as I do. Remember, this is when Punk came back and he got injured, and then
Mhm.
Punk was out for months. And Drew did a hell of a job carrying that feud for the months that Punk couldn't be on TV. It was like I remember people were saying, "Oh, Drew's back must be hurting from carrying this feud all by himself," because he did do a great job. Past that, I just haven't seen that fire, man, and I don't know if he's just cool with the spot, or like if he doesn't, I don't, sometimes you don't know because you got to see where the talent is at, and we don't can't do that because we're not texting back and forth for Drew McIntyre asking him how he's feeling about his spot on the card. So like, is there actively a change happening within Drew McIntyre? Is he evaluating where he feels like he should be at in his career, or where he wants to be at in his career? Where does he want to have that fire that he had, where he would, was assaulting CM Punk, or coming to a kickoff show and post show talk show segments, and coming and destroying the set in sheer anger, in sheer just uh, 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 anger for CM Punk and everything that had happened, and screwing him out of the title, because that's what happened. But I don't know what it is, man. I just feel like maybe we're seeing Drew McIntyre in a different spot in his career. Grun, what do you think, man, about Drew McIntyre and then the whole segment that happened at the beginning of the show on SmackDown?
So I think Fighting might be onto something, because
Mhm.
let's pose the question like this: how do you top that insane Hell in a Cell match Drew McIntyre had with CM Punk? How do you top it?
Yeah,
I don't think you can. So maybe him turning face is the thing that he has to do. Problem is, there's no good reason for him to turn face. There
yep.
is. So what do? You just let him do his thing, because it's still pretty entertaining, even if it's not main event quality. The
It's just
entertainment,
coasting, bro.
yeah,
It's just
see,
coasting.
it kind of is, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, he has commented that he's getting ready to start a family. Wife isn't a wrestler, so
Mm.
they can pretty much do that whenever. But he also wants to be a present father, so they could be literally
Mm.
trying right now and be like, "Hey, this is a good time," because there's really no reason for him to be doing anything huge. The next huge thing he could be doing is when Cody Rhodes is after Cody Rhodes turns heel and is champion, and Drew comes back, and then you can ignite a feud with him and Cody, which I put Drew back on the map.
I think
Um,
so too. I think so too, and I think that you can come from the angle that just playing off of what you're saying, that if it could put Drew back on because he could say, I told you guys years ago that Cody was always going to do this. He was always this corporate guy or whatever, and like if they play the clips and stuff like that, it could pivot, Drew McIntyre to being like that. Oh, you was right before everybody else saw it.
mhm.
Yeah. I would put it right now. TKO. This was a bad contract signing through 2027.
Damn.
That is when Grun, when you say he should be, doing what he's doing now with not applying the pressure, he needs to apply the pressure because in 2027, that is the 10-year anniversary of him returning to the WWE. Now, if I was a performer and I wanted to have a wrestling career that is talked about like all the other ones that I see around me, I would be trying my ass off to get storylines pushed because there's a feather in his cap that he can use, and House brought it up perfectly. For almost 7-8 months, was it, that he kept a story alive and people wanting it, and not just like, oh, here's Drew McIntyre talking about the CM Punk situation again. No, people were looking forward to hearing what he had to say. What in the fuck is anybody looking forward to hearing him say today?
He's not compelling like that anymore, man.
No.
Like he's
Uh,
and once again, like Drew McIntyre's work, great wrestler, man. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and say the dude can't go because he can. He's been a part of many matches that I feel like is great. One of those being that triple threat match with Gunther and Sheamus at WrestleMania for the IC titles. Amazing match. One of my favorite IC championship matches. He was part of it. It just feels like he's in a spot right now where he's like, and don't get me wrong, I think I'm looking forward to the Jelly Roll Randy Orton
Me
and
too.
Logan Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul and um
McIntyre.
McIntyre tag team match. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it, but it's like, why are you okay with doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you cool with not going into SummerSlam in a blood feud or a title match or something just like juicy that could really, because Drew McIntyre, like, he's when it comes to simulating violence. I love the way he simulates violence. I think he makes things look brutal. I think that he really has a way with really just like, I don't want to say it gives me like ECW vibes, but the way he just lays shit in or whatever, and like when he's opening somebody up, when that's the story that he's opening somebody up, he makes it look good. I like Drew McIntyre's aggressive nature. I really do.
I do
What are
too.
you doing in a tag team match with celebrities? You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at. Once again, Drew, I love Drew, and I would like I'm a fan of the man's work, but yeah, not super happy with where he's at on the card.
Well, Fighting's One is posing a question, and Lou chimed in with a statement. So, Fighting's One is saying, could you see Drew turning face in the close future or no?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, Grunded, and how we could lead to it. Once again, like I said, it could happen, but the reason needs to be there.
yeah.
But honestly, why would you throw him from this celebrity match into fighting heel Cody? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where do we get that jump besides him saying, "Oh, I've told you this"? Because you could say, "Well, that's what you know Ray Phoenix was saying in Spanish the other day too." So we just throw Ray Phoenix in there. I don't know.
But see, here's
I'm
the
just
thing.
down on Drew.
Here's the thing. Even with Kill Cody, I wouldn't have Drew be the guy to take it off of him.
No,
He
why?
would just be a feud to
Okay.
get through Cody's reign. You know what I'm saying? I would not. No, I don't. Drew is not the. No, Drew's not the guy to take the title off of heel Cody, because once Cody turns heel and gets that championship, he's going to be so heavily protected. It's going to be giving bloodline levels of protection. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's the Rock's boy, the Rock is going to do whatever. And this is just if they tell the story right. I don't have high hopes for it, but if they tell the story right, Rock is going to make sure he's going to pull every string that he can to keep his boy Cody the champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the story that should be told. Like, if that was the story, Cody would have to have a long title run. I don't know about a Roman Reigns title run, but it would have a long title run where it's just like, damn, man, like, Rock is determined to keep the title on this guy. Cody is just chilling, doing his thing, saying he's the greatest of all time. I'm about to break all these records, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And then you got to have somebody who comes to be. It's not Drew. Drew's not that guy that's going to. No, it's not going to. It's going to have to be a completely new top star that they think can take WWE into a different stratosphere when that time comes. But yeah, for what it was, I guess, like, I'm looking forward to Jelly Roll. I
I
mean,
am too.
I'm looking for that's it. That's all I got to take from now. I'm
And
looking forward to Jelly Roll.
I'm looking forward to when Logan and Orton mash up in this too. I love seeing those two go at it because I think Randy
Yeah.
Orton highlights a guy like Logan Paul perfectly, and
Hmm.
Logan is showing that he can highlight a dude like Randy Orton perfectly too.
Yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I'm having fun with this little celebrity match for sure. But let's move on here because we had a match. Roxanne Perez picked up a big win against Alexa Bliss, leading up to their tag team match that's coming up. I'm still liking the stuff with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. I like what they're leading to. I love the fact that Charlotte Flair is now embracing being there for Alexa Bliss and being a cheerleader. It's really proving that she can get outside of her own ego. I've already said this on the show a million times already. That I like it and I dig where it's going. Um, this was a good win for Roxanne Perez. I really like that little springboard moonsault that she's doing right now. It's very clean, very good. I did see. I don't know if you guys noticed it because I watched it. I rewatched it back in the gym earlier. Um, when she was gonna do the Twisted Bliss, her being Alexa Bliss, she couldn't. She didn't get all her footing to do it on the outside, and then somehow she broke her own nose when she did that Twisted Bliss to Raquel Rodriguez. She didn't have her footing well, but she did break her own nose, and then continued the match from there. But I enjoyed this match for what it was. Grun, where are you at right now with where we're building with the women's tag team championship match, and where are you at with Alexa Bliss now that she's being featured weekly on TV? Because I know you're a huge fan of
Yeah.
hers.
Yeah, I mean, I think what she and Charlotte doing is great. At the same time, like I can definitely, I am seeing myself agreeing with Voice that Bliss needs a new look, or
Oh yeah,
if she is gonna change her look, and it's not gonna be a new look, I wouldn't mind bringing Goddess or the Wicked Witch of the WWE. I love those versions of her. Um, oh, just
the
because I
spooky,
would probably
scary thing doesn't fit Charlotte, and she's gonna have to
no, it
shift
doesn't.
that.
But what I could definitely see more is Bliss leaning more into what Charlotte is or how Charlotte dresses. I could see that. I'd hate it, but it would work. Cuz it could lately I've been thinking about the beautiful people from TNA
Ooh,
and
okay, I like it.
I was
I
like,
I
like
thought you
it.
were going to go with Marilyn Manson. I was going to
no,
be like, oh, that'd be a cool entrance.
it'd be a cool song, not for them. Um if they were no, not Daphne, Rosemary used to use that with Decay.
Yeah,
Mm.
Decay. Yeah, I remember Decay.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
So so
I
yeah,
I
no.
like this. I listen, I like the beautiful people comp though. I
Yeah,
like that.
they're
That'd be a really good lane for them.
they can definitely do WWE's version of the beautiful people. It can definitely work. It can they can even turn it into a little bit bigger faction because you can make the argument why Chelsea Green want to be a part of Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, the political power they have backstage, and Chelsea helping them keep their titles while secretly conniving plans for Piper and Alba to win the titles off of Charlotte and Alexa.
Might I suggest an idea for this faction? I like the idea of Chelsea Green. What if instead of Chelsea Green, I think a good fit there. What if we have a young up and comer, Tiffany Stratton?
That could work. That can definitely she can definitely fit in
It
there.
it
I
fit that role would be a really good role for
Yeah,
her.
I think
I
so.
like
Yeah.
Chelsea too, though. I like
Yeah.
Chelsea too, though. I just
Right.
I don't know. I think it's gonna fit really well. Where are we at? What's the temperature on Roxanne Perez? Because I think her matches are starting to get a little bit more crisp now. She's getting in there with some talents like Alexa Bliss. I'm ready for the Roxanne Perez Charlotte Flair one-on-one. What you think, Grun?
I think I set the bar really high because she was doing extremely well in NXT, especially
Yeah.
considering she had to take a year off for an injury, and then she comes back and still one of the hottest acts in NXT. And I think it's just a reminder that there is a very different way to perform in NXT than there is on the main roster, on Raw or SmackDown.
Oh, it's a
So
transition.
yeah, and that is pretty much what we experience. I think Roxanne is definitely starting to get there. Um, I am concerned about the women's tag team division because is it Roxanne and Raquel need to stay involved in some way because they have not done a whole lot with other women tag teams.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Charlotte and Alexa are forming. You have Secret Hervis, but while I think they're definitely they have the potential to be one of the top acts in the women's tag team division, they're not they're not being presented as that yet. Um, Michin and BFAB, I think had good chemistry together. I was looking forward to them. Zarya and Sol Ruka, they're not coming up anytime soon. Uh,
Yeah, there was a feeling where they thought we might have, but
yeah.
yeah, I think it's kind of shifted a little bit.
No, it's not happening, but it's like, I mean, Zarya probably what was probably even gonna happen is that they're probably gonna split, have a feud. Zarya goes on her own, which would probably be best for her. Then Sol Ruka gets the call up solo.
Yeah, I like Soruka a lot.
Mm,
Listen, I want to stay with the Secret Harvest real quick because in that segment with who the aforementioned Tiffany Stratton, I just brought her up, and Jade Cargill is they're hyping their match for SummerSlam, which I thought was I think they're doing a really good job with these two. As far as what it's going to be, it's obviously not. I mean, out of the two women's matches, I mean, we know the other one is. I mean, it's Naomi and Io Sky and Rhea. I mean,
mm.
that's obviously the A number one as far as the women's titles. But the way they're building this up is really well. I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you guys noticed this, Grunin voice, but when Tiffany came to help Jade as the Secret Harvest was beating up on Jade, and Tiffany comes out to help, Alba Fire like brings up her cuff or whatever, and she says, "We need backup," into her cuff as the and that just that threw me because I'm like that little bit of like I'm actually playing the Secret Service and like to say that into like we need backup before Tiffany comes for the beat. I really enjoyed that. That really was just a small thing that I loved. Voice. I don't know if you saw that moment. Where you at with what did you think about that moment and where you at with the build to Jade and Tiffany Stratton?
Yeah, I like that moment. I always catch all the little weird extra things that they put on it because 5 minutes is 5 minutes. And when you
Yes,
go out
sir.
there, you need to add all these little things. I said it weeks ago. I really love this group dynamic. I think that they're playing on all cylinders, and it's fantastic. Um, I'm I'm happy with the progression of the Jade Tiffany story. I think the match with Naomi really brought Jade to the next level for the in ring, and she made me believe that there's a possibility Tiffany's scared of her, especially
Yeah,
with that little back and forth with the title
with the
at the
title, yeah.
end. Um, and I like that. I like the fact that we're starting to see Tiffy um, maybe herself a little bit because you can't even though Tiffy is great and I love all of what she's doing, do not misconstrue what I'm saying. Every once in a while, you need to see that one who is doing all the extra things right, doing everything right, doubt themselves. Because once they doubt themselves, now you're making room for the next person to come up and tell a story. So, in the world of wrestling and the world of what we do and coverage, I think this is fantastic. Jade is she's moved into me giving her this chance. I said after before her match with Naomi, if if she doesn't pull through in this, I'm done with Jade. She pulled
Mm-hmm.
through. She did a great
Mm-hmm.
match. I'm willing to give her this next step. So if she can pull this off with Tiffy, it's going to be great. I think Tiffany Stratton's she's going to hold a lot of this match and she's going to show us exactly why she's the women's champion.
I could definitely see a reality where, because we're talking about two women who are still fairly young in the business. I mean, this is truly the future of the business. I mean, you have established main eventers in Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and Naomi now. And this is going to be a fantastic triple threat. But the Jade and Tiffany match represents the future
Yep.
because these are two women that are scratching the surface of the stardom that Rhea Ripley is enjoying right now. Rhea is a superstar. Bianca Belair is a superstar. Io Sky is ascending to being a superstar. What we're going to see between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill is who's next in line to be the next superstar.
Very
And
true.
that's why this match is important.
Yeah.
So that's just a thought on that. I'm excited. I mean, this is and this I did not expect to have the excitement that I have for this SummerSlam card. I don't know why it's going to be a 2 night event. They have to make it big, but like sometimes, especially like with WrestleMania, sometimes WWE kind of rest on their laurels a little bit. I do feel like SummerSlam is kind of like, hey, we know we kind of gave, we kind of put some shit on the shovel for you guys for WrestleMania. We're gonna do what we can at SummerSlam to get, and they've been giving it, man. I mean, stipulations. I mean, I was like, ain't no way we're gonna get a match where we're gonna have a triple threat between three heavy hitting women and then still be able to have a cage match. And then I got a triple threat match and a cage match. And I'm like, well, certainly we're not going to get that and the street fight. And then they gave us a street fight. Oh, well, you know what I would really like to see? Man, I'm a fan of Karrion Cross. There's no way they're going to put Karrion Cross and Sami Zayn for the rubber match on the SummerSlam card. And then they put Karrion Cross versus Sami Zayn on the SummerSlam card. Okay, I've got it all, man. I got it, man. I got AJ Styles fighting for the Intercontinental Championship against Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom. I got it, man. I'm good. I got the future coming up with Jade Cargill going up against Tiffany. I'm good. And then you go ahead and say, and then I'm thinking to myself, well, we got all that. There's no way they're gonna give me a 6-team TLC match for the tag team championships. And then they gave me this damn tag team match, and I'm like, what are we even doing anymore, man? Like this card is just disgusting, bro. Like it is absolutely insane. We got our man Nick, and he's saying this whole SummerSlam crazy booked, heavy for Sunday. Might as well have been booked by an ECW fanatic like our boy Josh Joseph. Yeah. If you guys have brought it up, and we're definitely gonna break it down on the second half of this episode. I have the card here. I have it in front of me, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's graze over a couple things, then go to break. Then we'll jump right there because Cody had a really great promo. He said he wants the real John Cena that runs down to the ring, the Cena that wears the title the right way, the Cena that talks to the cameraman, that talks to Stu. He wants that Cena to come because he don't want no Cena that wants to duck a fight. He wants a Cena that is going to come bring him everything. Voice, you kind of grazed over that promo a little bit. I'm sorry, it was Grun who grazed over a little bit earlier. Did that promo like jump up your level of excitement for the match itself?
Yeah, it kind of did. I mean, it's interesting that Cody is demanding the old Cena, the running to the ring Cena, getting ready for this Cena. When are they even done telling the heel Cena story? Because to get that Cena, you gotta just completely disregard what he's doing right now, right at
Right.
this moment. But it is interesting. I get interested in Cody when I start to think Cody's doing something. When he was
Yeah.
leaving AEW, I really interested in what he was doing. When it was his turn to tell his story the first time and the second time, I was really interested into it. I think he's getting ready to go heel, so I'm interested in what Cody is saying right now, and what he's doing. So I would say, yeah, his input from Friday night, it definitely sparked more of an interest for me for this match.
Okay. Right on. Right on. We got the Lou in the chat. He's saying he's already excited for Cody and Cena because I know Travis Scott won't be involved. Yeah, Travis Scott, you suck, dude. I know I
You
already
do
said it
suck.
last week, but you it's worth saying again, you suck. All right.
You
I just
suck.
want you to know, for this is personal, brother. All right. From me to you, and this might not ever grace your ears, but just in case it does, Travis Scott, Con House, telling you, you suck. Because man, you were part. I'm not gonna get into it, bro. Just to me bitching at this point. Because if I was in that spot, you best believe I'd be like, "What I got to do? Get me to the PC. Let's go." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all for it, bro. And I just thought the spirit wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got the spirit of a pro wrestling fan, bro. Like
Nope.
you was in the huge situation. Look at Jelly Roll, bro. This is why I've gained a lot of respect for Jelly Roll. I'm not a huge like listener to his music. Why? There's some Jelly Roll songs that I've heard that are really good. He's a very talented artist, but man, I respect him so much more because of the way he's approaching the business. You know what I'm saying? And then we saw Travis Scott falls out, complete fallout with WWE, screws over his release for the WWE video game. So then WWE has to double back and be like, oh, well, we'll give you a El Grande Americano in September. And oh, well, here's another apology. Let's give you Aleister Black right now, part of the WrestleMania 41 pack. And I've already been playing with Aleister Black, him and Penta, fun to use. It's been fun, but this is what happened. And the reason why they had to pivot in that way is because of you, Travis Scott, because like I said at the beginning of this rant, you suck. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, Travis Scott sucks, and that's all that needs to be said.
that was good. A Grun rant. That was pretty good. Well, how do you rate that rant, Grun?
Yeah, okay, can I get a rating for that rant?
That is a 10 out of 10 Grand rant because I absolutely would have brought up everything you said. And you screwed up the relationship you had with WWE.
Yep.
WWE. Let's also point something out. When was the last time WWE canceled and pulled out of a relationship with a celebrity?
Oh my god, that means you had to extra suck.
When? I don't think they ever did. They didn't pull out with Floyd Money Mayweather pissing people off. They just said, dude, keep doing it. Keep pissing people off. We like
Yeah.
Yep.
They can work with that shit.
yes.
Yes,
do
they
that.
can work with it.
Bad. I saw something online saying Bad Bunny's the greatest celebrity turned pro wrestler. I'm like, no. He's
I would put
solid.
him up there in
He's
top
all
3.
right. He's all right.
That's
He's
a
all-
conversation.
He's all right. And you know what? He got a great reaction when they did their backlash in Puerto Rico. So like he was good for business.
He was good for business.
Very good for business.
Why? And Jelly Roll, good for business.
Jelly
Travis
Roll's
Scott,
good for business.
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
He actually
Sexy Red was good for business.
And I was, you go back in the catalog, I was completely against this. Me and Jones had a big discussion about it. But
Oh yeah.
she turns me into a fan of hers because of what she did with WWE. I'm not going and buying her music or anything. But
Right.
when she shows up,
Right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it, man. I'm excited for this. In conclusion, here we got everything going on with the cage match that's coming up. Jacob Fatu defeated the Miz. I was happy to see the Miz, man. Miz came with fire. Miz came with some fire.
No, that
It's
was a good match.
It was, dude. I was so happy to see the Miz again. I was
Yeah.
because there was some of that speculation that he might have been like done with the company or something. Like he took some stuff off of his social medias that was WWE related, and then he popped up on my screen. You can ask my son. You guys can ask Zay Olajuwon. I was like, yes, the Miz, man. It's my guy Miz, because like I love Miz, dude. Like I knew he was going in there doing the job because Miz is a professional. Listen, go back to other episodes. I gush about Miz all day long,
He's
because I
good.
love the Miz. But he came back, he did the job, but he didn't look like no bitch doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like he came and said, this is who I am. I'm back. This and that. He slapped the shit out of Jacob Fatu, and Jacob, which he should have won that match, especially leading up to his big cage match. Miz has nothing else going on right now. But I just like the Miz's Miz just knows how to do his shit, bro. I love the Miz.
Did you for a guy who has an eye on production and stuff, did you guys happen to notice how they made Jacob on his entrance look like it's almost the 80s horror movie when Jason is walking in a solo shot? They did that kind of imagery with him with whatever they do behind the scenes, but it just made him like look very horror killer-esque. I don't know. It was a very nice compliment to Jacob's entrance.
I enjoy there's little different shots that they doing that I just enjoy. Like when Jade carried Chelsea out there to the ring for their match and they like shot it all the way from the back. Like I
That was
like
awesome.
just little touches like that, bro, that I just enjoy, man. So yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the SmackDown. It was a good episode. I believe it was what Grunt had said earlier. I do like the pace of the show where they flowed between telling stories leading up to SummerSlam and paying tribute to Hogan. It was just a really well put together episode that I most definitely appreciated. And now, gentlemen, we have SummerSlam that is coming up. It is going to be a good one. We're going to break it down because on the other side of the break, myself, the voice, Josh Joseph, and the blue-eyed villain himself, the Grundmeister, we're going to break down SummerSlam. That's our Summer Slam card breakdown. That's going to be on the other side of this break.
Hello everyone, it's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
Welcome to the Brainbuster T-shirt website where your favorite podcast team in your house lives. Look at all these fantastic options you have.
If you want that sweet hype, we got it. You wanna be divinely designed at yours. Have you lost your voice? We have all that voice merch for you. Are you just a part of the household? We got that too. Brainbuster Tees is where IYH live. Brainbuster Tees is where IYH live.
Hey, you guys heard that groove. Brain Buster Tees is where IYH lives. Check us out. All the merch that we have there, a whole lot of great stuff. That's where you can catch all the merch for the In Your House podcast. And you guys can be a part of the household by joining the Discord. You guys join the Discord. It's a whole lot of fun. It's been ramping up. We're trying to get to 50 now. That's our next goal, is to get more fans involved and having conversations with myself, with Voice, with Grun, with Kevin Calloway, and having those conversations. And it all can culminate here on the podcast that we do. I mean, like 5 times a week. I mean, we
Yeah.
have the show schedule out there. It's out there. I put it in the Discord, but that's where we drop stuff first, is the Discord. So check out what we are doing there. Then check out what we are doing on the podcast side of things. That is on Apple Podcasts. That is on Spotify. Give us 5-star ratings. Super important. Leave us reviews. We need those. Everybody who can bring those in, we need those coming in, those 5 stars. We do really good on the podcast, a lot of listens. I'm always pulling up where we're getting listens from, and it's always interesting to see the different countries, the different states that we're listened to in. It's never lost on me that so many people seek us out to listen to our voices, and sometimes it's sometimes it is easy to forget, but it's not lost on me that we do have such like a solid fan base. Even if we don't see you guys in the chats all the time, we're trying to build those connections to make that happen. And I think another great opportunity is going to come at SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is going to be a huge event, and you already know IYH is going to be covering it as much as possible. It's going to be a great show. We're looking to do a big SummerSlam super show next Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. That one is going to be super fun. We're going to bring on some former hosts here. We have the return of Hypocrisy Jones. He's going to be coming and with us and talking all things SummerSlam, reacting to night 1 of SummerSlam, and then anticipating the second night. That's going to be most definitely fun. We're going to see how much other members of the household that we can get to come in Team IYH, because I really want to make it a big one, because not only that, ladies and gentlemen, we got some big things going on with the ECW watch along, and this is just me giving you guys consider this the state of the household address. All right, real quick, because we got some big things going on with the ECW watch along. Some big guests we're trying to close in. We're right there. We're about to get it done and close that deal. So just hang tight with us, because that's going to be fun. And then I was sitting there looking at analytics, because I'm an analytical guy, and I'm looking at stuff, and I'm like, my God, as far as the podcast goes, we're about to hit 500 podcast episodes.
Wow.
So
Jeez, that's a big number.
So we've got to see, and like it's way more as far as like content that's being created on here. It's way more than 500. But podcast episodes, we're approaching 500, and I definitely want to do something for that. I don't. We'll figure it out as we go, because we're hitting that uh mildly quickly. But yeah, we'll figure out something for that. But yeah, just good opportunities to bring more eyes and ears to this podcast, because I really believe in what these creators do here and what we put together as a team. It's a great time. I enjoy it, and it's a great opportunity to keep it going and grow this channel organically, and bring you guys and give your guys' thoughts. We'll have members of the household that'll come on the show. We do it all the time. It's a great community, and once again, I think it has a great opportunity to rebuild again at SummerSlam. So, with that being said, we do have our SummerSlam card breakdown. This is a hell of a card, and I'm going to get some of my guys' thoughts here. But before I do that, let's go ahead and break this card down really quick between Saturday and Sunday night. On Saturday night, we're looking at Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez representing Judgment Day, and the champions, the tag team championships, going up against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. We have champion Gunther going up against CM Punk. We have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll going up against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Roman Reigns and main event Jey Uso will go up against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Tiffany Stratton, champion, going up against Jade Cargill, and Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. That is just Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. So now once again, before I bring it to my guys here and let them unleash them on this card, I got to say Sunday too. Sunday, Dominic Mysterio, champion, Intercontinental Championship match against AJ Styles. Undisputed champion John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. This is a street fight. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, U.S. Championship match. This is a cage match. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, champion, IC champion Becky Lynch. Then champion Naomi, women's world champion, going up against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match. And then, of course, the massive tag team championship match that we know about. I don't know which day that's going to be on. I don't know if it's been announced yet. But, Voice, I'm unleashing you, bro. You heard the card. Give me some of your overall thoughts.
Well, first let's drop this bit of news. So Saturday, when they go live with this, I'm going to open up in the Discord a voice channel, and you
Ooh.
can join me and anybody else who wants to join in the voice channel when we watch SummerSlam live. So we'll be able to get your thoughts, talk to you,
Ooh.
and all that stuff. So come join at least me for right now. Whoever else
Okay.
joins, that's going to be
Okay.
fantastic. But for right now, it's going to be a party of the voice. So come join me for that Saturday night.
All right.
Outside of that, I think this is the WrestleMania card that we wanted. Like with all the extras, all the fun, all the especially the tag team match. Like, come on. This is going to
Oh
be
my God.
epic. This is going to be one we talk about. I'm looking probably of them putting that on Saturday night.
So actually, CBS Sports is reporting that that tag team match will be on Sunday.
Oh my God. They are just loading Sunday up,
Yeah.
dude.
So, I mean, I guess I was wrong, but still, I think that's going to be the match of the night. All the teams involved are just operating on levels that are getting them these opportunities, and I can't wait to watch that. Outside of that, though, this is going to be a great card. A lot of the, if you notice, the top women are featured in this. This is a pretty big moment, stepping off their evolution. PLE. I'm looking forward to damn near every single women's match that they're going to have.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm invested in their storylines. I think right now, after Friday, Tiffany Stratton's boom, perfect, doing great work. Jade's doing great work. Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, fantastic work out there. Raquel, Roxanne doing just phenomenal level work. I'm looking really forward to it. I'm also, I'm a fan of Randy Orton. Cannot
Yeah.
wait to see him be in the ring, being the general that we know he is in the ring, especially in a match like that. They're all the cues from him, and he's going to deliver us a great celebrity match. Which, you say what you want, but I think WWE's making up for the Travis Scott just smoking weed on TV. That's all he
Him
really.
being
That's
and
all
and
he
and
really did.
sucking. And
Yeah,
sucking. You can't
and
forget about sucking because
well,
he sucks.
you are correct. Tim, if you're the window lickers, House just went into a straight up Larry David moment right there. He's like, he just sucks. You cannot forget about the sucking. He is a suck. He sucks.
He
Yes,
sucks.
you are 100%. And I think Jelly Roll takes it serious. We
Yeah.
highlighted a lot of the other ones that we thought take it serious, and look at the fandom that they get. This SummerSlam is about to be probably one of the best PLEs this year. And
Man.
2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have said that.
Man, listen. I'm gonna get Grun's thoughts, but I gotta say this because this SummerSlam is hitting so different for me, bro, in such a real way.
Yeah.
Because, like, damn it, it feels like they're taking SummerSlam serious, man. Like, this is not like in coming up like we did. SummerSlam was like Summer WrestleMania, bro. It was Summer Wrestle. It was a big show. You know they were gonna pull out their big stuff, and then for a few years it didn't wasn't that anymore.
Yeah.
And then they started bringing it back. And let me just say this, as somebody who didn't nobody, this ain't no, sob story or anything, but nobody took me to, wrestling shows when I was a kid. So I didn't go to wrestling, I didn't go to WWE events until I was already an adult. And my first ever pay-per-view PLE I ever went to, 2008 SummerSlam. Undertaker versus Edge in a Hell in a Cell match.
Wow.
It was the one and only time I saw Taker live. It was the one and only time I ever saw a Hell in a Cell match, but I'll never forget it. SummerSlam is near and dear to my heart for that reason. And damn it, it just feels like they're doing this SummerSlam so right.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more on that one.
That's how I feel about it. Grun, where are you at though, man? You heard the card. What do you think about this year's SummerSlam?
Dude, I was wondering like how it's gonna be because on the one hand, because here's we have some matches that are very predictable. Gunther, Punk, Tiffany, Jade, and I was like, they got to make this big. We know they're getting Cena, Cody, and it was gonna be good no matter what. But it's like they didn't really have anything to, or at least I didn't think they were going to have anything that was really going to spice things up. Steel cage match, I thought, okay, that was a good fit. That was good. All right, Jelly Roll teaming up with Randy Orton, that's fun. And then they start saying, "Oh, we're gonna have Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross." What? When the hell?
Yeah, they
Okay,
just slid that
all
one
right,
in there too.
all right.
Beautiful.
Pay attention. Roman Reigns is teaming up with Jey Uso to take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Like, oh, okay,
That's gonna bang. That's gonna be a
okay,
banger.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be a banger. Naomi flips the script with Evolution and cashes in her Money in the Bank briefcase, forcing a triple threat at SummerSlam between her, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna be solid. And then AJ Styles flipped the script with everything he's been doing, torturing Dominic Mysterio. Let's go.
Creepy
Love
AJ.
it.
Oh,
Love
like,
it.
it's like, oh my god, we're getting AJ Styles at his absolute best. They're fine. I guess they said, "Hey, look, TKO, let us take the leash off AJ. He'll grade everything, and it'll be great." And yes,
He's just having fun, bro. It's
that's all
wonderful.
it is, and it's all it is. And now, on top of everything else, we've got Chaos Carnage incarnate with this WWE Tag Team Championship 6-pack TLC ladder match.
Oh my god. Oh,
Like
it's beautiful, man. It's
they let us
beautiful.
believe that it was gonna be that they were still trying to make SummerSlam mean something. Yet no, they had this plan for months. They knew the direction they wanted to go in. They were just hoping all the pieces would make sense. And
Yeah.
yeah, this is gonna be the best slam ever. Potentially, maybe we'll see.
Yeah. No, it definitely has the elements to be one of the greatest SummerSlams ever. It just does, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen. Look at what we're looking at here. Like, my God, I look at the card and sometimes I'm like, what the hell is this shit? So, okay, all right. So we're breaking it down here. I'm gonna ask some questions here, but I gotta ask this first because I just gotta get the way. I want to make sure because I don't want to. I want to make it unanimous. Are we all like saying that the 6-pack TLC match is gonna be match of the weekend? Is that
Fuck yeah.
Probably, yep, most
Yeah.
likely.
okay? All right, that's okay. All right, that's what I needed to know.
How are they going
I
to do
need.
it though in the same night as a steel cage?
I
So
don't know.
so
I'm so
here so
confused.
here's what I'm thinking. Like if they are doing it in the same night, obviously like I said, the 6-pack TLC, that's gonna be the carnage and chaos. What we're probably gonna see more with Solo and Jacob is maybe Solo being a chicken shit heel,
Hmm.
and I can also see that match being also overbooked with stuff.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck the group's called, MFTs, imagery, whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
they're
the
calling it.
MFTs. Yeah, yeah.
So that maybe a debut or a special appearance by Zilla Fatu, maybe. I don't like because they're making it sound like this is gonna be the War Games match. It's gonna be Bloodline again,
Hmm.
and
Against another variation of
yeah,
the bloodline.
yeah, and I don't know if I want that, but I mean they've sold me on stuff I didn't want before.
Sure, sure. I'm the structure of the show is so like night too heavy, bro. Like
Hmm.
and it's not to say that like some of this stuff isn't going to be dope. It truly is. You know, when I think about Gunther and CM Punk, what they're going to do, like that Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed match, that's going to hit. I really am going to be pushing hard and cross to defeat Sami Zayn because I think you could really spark something from there. I mean, but I mean, in night two, you have three of the top women going up against each other in a triple threat match. You have a cage match, a street fight, and then a TLC match all in the same night. It's gonna be woo. Night two is going to be very, very stressful. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much. I mean, in a real way. But like the reason that I asked that is because I just think that there's what they're gonna do to each other in that TLC match is going to be in the elements of every single solitary team that's in that match. It it's going to be a train wreck, bro, and beautiful violence in the highest form. And with what they're about to do to each other in this sixth tag TLC match, it's going to transcend tag team wrestling once again in the way that the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian did that. I
No,
mean,
that's a very interesting look, especially with the teams that are in here.
yep.
These are the teams that would be doing exactly what those guys were doing for their era. and in a match like this, because what this can set up is more matches like this, because that's what that it actually set up with those teams, the Dudleys, the Hardys, Edge, and Christian. Um, and then that gave opportunities for more tag teams to join them. And, we had, I liked the French, what was it, La Resistance?
La
I like,
Resistance.
yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking liked that tag team. I thought they were really good. And without the idea of like what the Dudleys, Edge, Christian, and the Hardys did, you get more of a gimmicky uh, play of that. You don't get what we actually seen with those guys, and really well done in ring tag team work. Um, so I love what you're saying with the this is going to be a moment, a history making moment. So if you have kids that are fans of this and you want them to this team wrestling put on the map, this is the
Watch.
match to set them down and watch. Yes, is there going to be violence? There's probably going to be a little blood, but you're going to see all these teams push the element of tag team wrestling.
Voice. I'm telling you that this match has potential to inspire the next generation of professional wrestlers.
Most definitely.
Mm.
Most
Like,
definitely.
and you know what? So I just looked it up here while you were talking. Why this match hits so hard and it's so magical, because this is the 25th. It's the 25th anniversary of the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and Hardy's TLC match, which took place in SummerSlam 2000.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what you're
Magic.
saying. The
That's
magic is
magic.
being captured. And if you think that, n- n- well, the Wyatts are in it, so I would say maybe that tag team. But all these other tag teams in this are going to shine highly. The Wyatts will too. I'm just being an asshole. But I really love this for all the other tag teams in this. Wyatts, you still have a lot to prove to me, but
Hmm.
everybody around you in this is going to be something big.
Dude, it's gonna be huge. I'm just so excited. I'm not hiding it. I'm not running from it. That's my most anticipated. I'm already calling it match of the weekend. It's already there. Just get it out of there. Let's get it out of there. So for me to say that is for me to say this. We got to take that match out, because I got to ask you guys individually, voice first, what is your most anticipated match? And what do you think will be match of the week outside of the TLC match?
Yeah. Uh, well, I want to say Gunther and Punk,
Okay. Interesting.
but
All right.
I'm leaning more towards, and I know Grun, you said that you feel this is going to be overbooked, but I think this steel cage match, because I'm a sucker for a steel cage match, and I love what Solo has done and is continuing to do, and I've loved the moment Jacob stepped on the screen.
Mhm.
So I really want to see what these two can cook up inside of a steel cage. Um, Outside of that, for just a pure match, I think the women's triple threat is going to be one of the top
Gold.
ones. No extra gimmicks besides what you can do in a triple threat. But I think that Io Io's going to have a great night. She's not going to top Naomi. Naomi's walking out as champ. Uh, but I think that it's going to be fun to see what Rhea can do with two competitors like Naomi and Io, because she works well with their size of competitors. So
Hmm.
it's going to be really cool to see what they come up with her, because I think it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. No, I like those answers. I knew for you it was going to be the cage match as far as most anticipated, just because, I mean, it's two entities that we're both really fascinated with. And I am excited about what they can do in a steel cage
Yeah.
element. It's going to be, I think they're gonna do something kind of special. I can't say what that is. I don't know what that is, but I think that particular match is gonna be fun. But I got to throw it over here to Glenn because I got to ask you the same question, my brother. What match or matches are you like? Are you most excited for? Like most anticipated? And then what do you think has potential to be match of the weekend outside of the TLC match?
So I guess one match I'm definitely highly anticipating. It is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross. I
I
think
like that
It's a
answer.
good one.
this match, it's all about story, and the story I do believe that they are telling, or at least trying to tell, is Sami Zayn winning Royal Rumble in January and
Stop
going
it.
on. I don't
I
look
know. I know.
like
I think this is what I think. Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
Like I think that they were gonna do it. They were gonna do it when Sami Zayn is solo. He is not a part of any groups.
Hmm.
He is fighting with, I guess you could argue that he's fighting with his inner feelings, his inner thoughts, and
Yeah.
fighting carrying cross is trying to pull out the darkness in him. So I think this is a good opportunity to maybe build Sami Zayn up, and maybe he's the winner of Royal Rumble in January. We'll see. Um, a match I think that it can be the match of the weekend. I am going to go with. Let's see. I think potentially Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus the Braun Simpson. I
Okay.
think
Okay.
I think that tag team match might be a sleeper because you got Roman for the first time ever teaming first time in a long time teaming with Jey Uso. There's been
Hmm.
drama between those two. Ron and Bronson are two alphas that understand that they have more to gain if they win than if they lose. And I can definitely see that tag team match playing into Gunther versus CM Punk. So that tag team match, I think, definitely can be the show stealer of the weekend, if nothing else, because of the storytelling that they're going to do in that match.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
It's a
like
good
those
pick.
answers there. It's a good pick. For me, I think just because I'm a fan of what's next. And that's what I'm going to be asking a lot is what's next because SummerSlam is going to be a massive event. It's going to be huge. And then we're going to be asking when that night is over and whatever huge thing happens, whatever huge storylines or whatever huge next up that they build for on SummerSlam, we're going to be asking that very question, what's next? And I think that it's going to be very interesting to hear what that story is. And the foundation is going to be built for what's next in this street fight with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Is John Cena going to retain? Is he going to continue his reign of terror over the WWE and threatening to leave with the title? Will that continue? Or will we have Cody Rhodes save the title and be the ultimate good, take the title from the withering old man and bring it back to the WWE universe that we know it as now? Or do we have the Rock up? And The Rock throw away, basically like in Toy Story, I don't want to play with this anymore, throws away John Cena and gets the toy that he wanted in the first place, which was Cody Rhodes. And we see the double turn that we've talked about on this show before. My voice and Elijah Wan talked about it, the possible double turn. John Cena back to good, Cody Rhodes becoming the ultimate corporate evil. I just like the element of what could happen in this match. Is there a higher ratio that I might get disappointed? Yeah, I think there's definitely a better chance that I'm going to get disappointed than anything else. But the chance that we might get something as risque as a double turn, I like those odds right now. And for that reason, I'm very much anticipating that match between those two. As far as match of the weekend, it's hard to not see what Io Sky and Rhea Ripley did Evolution, and
Oh
then
my
you add
god.
and then you add the element to Naomi, and it's hard to not think that this is not going to be match of the weekend. I mean, it's going to be amazing, man. I'm super excited for that match. I think that's going to be match of the weekend. So, let's continue to break down a little bit here before we slide out of here. I want to ask you, Voice, what do you think is going to be the sleeper match of the weekend? The match that maybe we're not all really looking at, and they might absolutely just, steal the show.
Uh, well, I want to say the celebrity match, but I
Okay.
know people are going to be looking at it. Okay, I
Yeah.
get that, but they're going to be looking at it for like the fun idea of having Jelly Roll in here, and I don't think they're understanding how serious Jelly Roll's taking this, because I don't think he wants this to be a one stop shop. Hey, I did my
Right.
thing. I think he's trying to do something maybe further um after this. And I'm not saying become a fucking full-time WWE guy and become
Yeah.
what did I see on the internet? This era's white viscera. You know, he's not doing anything like that. But
Somebody said that was Midian on TV, bro.
yeah, Midian, yeah. But this is what I like about it, because WrestleMania will be coming up. They'll be in Vegas. He'll be able to possibly do another spot out there. He'll also be able to do a concert out there for WWE, which will bring more fans to what we
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
And that's the most important thing. So I think this is going to be one of those matches where we may be watching it for like the fun of it, but I think they're going to do something spectacular in this, because only one guy in this whole match is not a full-time guy, and that's Jelly Roll. Everybody
Yeah.
else, even though Drew barely touches a ring nowadays, everybody else is full-time. So I think this is going to be a fun sleeper match. I think if we get another boss man slam like that, but maybe done in the middle of a match, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
stiff.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big pop. We might even get double RKOs. Um,
Ooh, okay.
you
I'm with
know,
it. I like it.
and this is going to be fun. Plus, Drew's something to prove in this match. He's got to make his stock go up, if that's what his intent is to get more stories. So I think that there's a lot right in this match. Not only just because it's a celebrity, you have to take extra precautions, make sure they're good,
Hmm.
but it's also a celebrity who's taking it serious, and he's working it, and he's figuring the stuff out.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
there's potential for this to be a big pop, a big reason why people are saying, what, this one's on Saturday night.
This one is on Saturday night. Yes.
I think this could be a big reason why they compare Saturday to Sunday night. And this will be one of the top reasons why they talk about it.
I like that answer. I think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying there. Grun, your thoughts, man? Possible sleeper of the weekend.
Grun.
Oh,
I didn't know you guys asked me something. My internet went out for a second
Oh,
there.
sorry about that, man. No, we were asking your sleeper of the weekend. What do you think your sleeper of the weekend is going to be?
Sleeper of the weekend. Yeah. Uh, you know what? I'm feeling like being crazy. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill is going to be the sleeper of the weekend.
holy shit. I did not
Oh, okay.
expect that one from
Okay.
Let's take a shot in the dark. Let's roll a 20 sided die and guess one exact number. I'm guessing Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill is going to be sleeper of the weekend. If I am wrong, I'm not going to be surprised.
I like
Okay.
it. Swinging for the
I
fences, Barry
like it.
Bonds.
I like it. Risque. I like it. All right. Two great picks. I really liked them. And I if you guys know me, you guys know I am a lover of the Intercontinental Championship. I really am. And I just think the Intercontinental Championship always brings a different type of vibe out of people. But Lou, oh, we love you, Lou. Um, but I do truly believe that Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles, there's
Oh,
elements there for this match to really be really, really damn good. Really have that element of AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen in my entire life, going up against the son of Rey Mysterio, who's already a badass wrestler in his own right, has already proven he can go in the ring. I just feel like this has the elements of being a great intercontinental championship match with a lot of fast-paced action going back and forth. And you have the old guard that is AJ Styles, having it. I mean, honestly, Dominic Mysterio is just going to be better for wrestling AJ Styles, period. I mean, I think there's I if I was betting money, I think AJ Styles is going to win the title and become an Intercontinental Champion on Sunday, next Sunday. But no matter what happens, Dominic Mysterio will be better for hopping in the ring and tangling with AJ Styles.
I love that pick. And with if he wins that, dude, it just flashed through my head. What if he shows up? What if he wins the Intercontinental title? Shows up on TNA with the
Mm.
Intercontinental title, loses the Intercontinental title to a TNA wrestler.
Oh,
You know how they've been title swapping.
yeah, they really have.
Because I
That's
really
risky.
I think the Survivor Series that's coming up future is going to be something of TNA WWE type feud, something. Something to me is telling me that they're gearing up for something. I know we've been talking about War Games and it's going to be the Samoan dynasty going after each other again, but I don't think that's where they're going. I think we're
Man.
going to get a curveball, and I think we might get something to that caliber.
All right, man. All right, man. I'm just about to be on some complete fuckery right now. So you're just going to have to enjoy the ride, bro.
I love it. Let's go. I got gas money.
So, all right. We're all expecting the Cody Rhodes and John Cena situation. We're talking about, what are we talking about? A double turn?
Uh-huh.
John Cena maybe screwing, maybe possibly screwing Cody again, hitting him with the title, blah, blah, blah. What if none of that happens? And I know it's a street fight or whatever, but what if the whole damn shit just gets all thrown out? Because you have names like Moose, you have names like Nick Nemeth, you have names like Mustafa Ali, you have names like that come, they hop the barricade, they just come fucking shit up, bro. They put the shoes. They put the shoes to John Cena. They put the shoes to Cody, both the top representatives of the company, and you just have TNA standing there on the map. And I'll say do it Nexus style, because when Nexus came and invaded, the whole show stopped. They destroyed everything ringside. They destroyed, like, they were taking they were taking everything. They were stripping off the ring. You know what I'm saying? They destroyed everybody. They were beating up commentators and beating up like ring announcers and stuff. This is why if you guys go back and listen, or go back and watch how the Nexus debuted, because they completely stopped the show. I would love to see the main event. And I, once again, just ride with me, because I know it's crazy. But what if they just came, the top stars of TNA just hopped the barricade, Radical style, came and beat everybody up, destroyed it all Nexus style, and just ended the show with TNA standing over the fallen bodies of your top representatives of the company, Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
Dude, I'm for it. Sign me the fuck up.
Man.
because that is epic. Because you could have the backstage being overran by the
Yep.
other talent and
Yep.
just
Mhm.
stopping everybody from coming
Just
out.
everybody, just complete madness of like, if you want to shock everybody and at the same time make TNA absolutely must watch, because TNA, they're kind of like, hey man, like now you got our, you got our world champion, you got our women's world title now. We're gonna have to do some bold shit to show y'all we're not messing around.
Exactly.
And like, it would, I'm telling you, bro, that would be like DX showing up to WCW waves of, level fuckery, and
And
I
look
would
who's in
just be here
charge.
for it.
Look who's in charge. He's been talking, you fucking marks out there. You think you know what I'm doing, and then I throw you a curveball, much like Naomi. He threw us that curveball, and it worked. We all fucking jumped up out of our seats and cheered for what was happening. This is what you do. If you are truly wanting to work with a company and you are wanting to boast up each roster, because it seems like that's what they're doing, you slowly take out their titles, build up that hatred naturally from their fan base. What the fuck, WWE coming in? We signed these guys. They're trying to destroy us, kill us. And then you just, boom, you hit them at one of your biggest shows
Yep.
and you make them known. That sparks everybody's roster. That gets everybody's show more eyeballs on it. That makes it more impactful. And then that shows your competitor, we're not fucking around. We understand. And
We see what you got.
you have a limited time.
I listen. I had to throw that out there because as we were talking and you guys were giving me ideas and stuff, I was like, I was so afraid that what if Triple H did some shit like this, teamed up with his boy Shawn Michaels, were like, hey, let's just do some crazy shit. Let's just do this. And then I didn't say it, and then it happens.
Dude, I'm
Like
telling you.
I had to at least put it out there into the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because then this could ultimately set up the heel Cody turn where he sides with TNA.
You know what I would like? If just stay with me here. If like at the beginning when they get beat down and whatnot, and then they come out, you have John Cena and Cody Rhodes. They're unified because they have to come together for the good of the WWE, and they're like tied up and they're like, no, we're the biggest representatives of WWE. We got to come together. We have to have this match, and then you possibly have maybe War Games or just I'd be okay with a traditional Survivor Series
Me
5-on-5. Like
Me too.
we could do that, and then that's the moment. Don't do it right away. That's the moment when Cody Rhodes fucks over John Cena and joins Team TNA and takes the title, takes the WWE title for however they choose to do it, takes the WWE title over to TNA. I just think that there's a lot more because look at what somebody like Trick Williams is doing. Like I thought they were, and I said this to my son a few days ago. I was like, I thought they were going to be like, well, we're just going to bring Trick Williams to the main roster, and no, we're going to tag team him up with Mello and Carmelo Hayes, and they're just going to rehash with it. No, they're doing a completely different thing with Trick Williams. I didn't think they were going to do. It's really surprising, honestly, because when Trick does come to the main roster, his aura is going to be completely different than if they would have just brought him up and after he was the NXT champion and did one of those post stand and deliver call ups. You're doing something completely different with him. So when he comes to the main roster, it's going to be really interesting. Cody joining Team TNA, a promotion he's worked for before, I don't know, man. That gives Dusty Rhodes waves of storylines right there. But hey, I'm just saying.
You guys heard it here first, just so
If
you
it
all know.
happens, man,
Yep.
If this happens, you heard it here, and we expect you to share the fuck out of us and be like,
please.
"Hey, ain't nobody talking like these motherfuckers are talking." House, you know how you've been? You basically manifested most of this amazing slam with your, "Oh, they're not going to give me this," and then they give it to you.
Yeah.
Um, why don't you manifest maybe in your house, going backstage at SummerSlam, being set up in a nice hotel?
Bro,
Maybe WWE throws that at us.
bro,
Dude, I hope they
Indianapolis
do
when it
this.
comes here, and when it comes here, I'm already being like, boom, boom, boom. Let's make some things happen, because I just know it's gonna be huge. If they're doing if they do what they do in Indianapolis, what they're about to do this weekend in New York, man,
Mm.
that's gonna be crazy as hell. And they're doing a really great job of this card. I'm excited for it. I'm thinking of ways that we can get more interactive. I'm loving what Voice is saying as far as the Discord and everything. That's something. If that's something I can hop in and out of, I would love to be a part of that. I'll be available. I'll be ready to talk SummerSlam with everybody in that. I'm gonna be hyped up on wrestling that weekend, man. Like, I'm gonna be up. It's gonna be great. They're doing a great job making it a 2-night event. I'll be there. I'll be locked in, man. And yeah, maybe we can do something in the Discord, get you guys interactive, maybe some predictions. I'm here for it, man, because like I love it when we have events like this coming up and the energy is high, the card is high. When wrestling is great, life is great. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
like this weekend, it's really big. I really love what WWE is doing. I guess in conclusion here, before we slide out, call this a really great episode. I've kind of asked you guys, the breakdown of the card and everything. Um, there's going to be a lot of questions of post SummerSlam once it happens, because it really seems like that maybe they'll do another reset, maybe something will happen. What do you think individually from this SummerSlam? What do you think we're gonna look back at the SummerSlam, and with this reset coming? Uh, do you guys basically think that there's going to be a moment that's going to be the cataclysm that leads towards this whatever reset they do post SummerSlam?
Interesting. I I
The reason
think
I bring that up is because when Seth Rollins won at WrestleMania, it really seemed like there was a huge cataclysm there with with Paul Heyman and everything that's going on there, and it led to what that faction is. Do you think that something in SummerSlam could happen that could lead to another big like SummerSlam, or I'm sorry, like leading up to WrestleMania? Because sometimes we'll see stories start at SummerSlam and end at WrestleMania.
hmm, I think it's going to have to, if something like that is going to be told here at SummerSlam, I think it's either going to be revolved around what we just talked about. Okay, that the possibility that there's a turn with Cody, um, possibly TNA being involved, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. I think we could get a droplet of that. But I also think that the tag team match is going to spark some type of emotion, because how many Raw tag teams are on that in that match?
None.
So the if I was a tag team on Raw, I'd be like, why is SmackDown highlighted?
Hmm.
Especially in that. So I think that
Ooh.
maybe that could spark something. Maybe there's going to be a
Okay.
change.
Maybe more pride in the Raw tag team division. Like somebody has to step up and be like, "Man, they're doing all that. They making us look bad over here on Raw. We need to step up."
Possibly, because what, who has it on Raw? Judgment Day?
Yep.
Judgment Day.
Finn and JD.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not a bad tag team to have,
It's a
but
good tag team.
They ain't doing nothing though.
you're not doing, none of you or the surrounding people going after your titles are being lighted in this. That could
Nope.
spark some type of something leading up to maybe a WrestleMania where a couple tag teams from SmackDown, couple tag teams from Raw go into a big ladder match at Mania. Which didn't that the ladder matches between the Dudleys, Edge, Christian, Hardys, didn't that start that, and then it ended at a big WrestleMania where they
Yep.
tore the show
Right.
down. I mean,
To build off what you're saying, let's do what we're doing at SummerSlam. Let's have the greatest multi-man TLC match in the history of the WWE. Let's send an ultimatum out to the Raw tag team division. Hey, you want to watch some of the best tag team wrestling that you're going to see? You need to watch SmackDown. All
yeah,
right. Let's bring back sense of wrestling, the best tag team wrestling, SmackDown. Raw should take offense to that, and Raw should step up between the time of SummerSlam all the way up until at least the Royal Rumble. And then maybe somewhere between Royal Rumble and, or you could even do it how you did it on SummerSlam. I'd be okay with it too, and just do it like a week or two before the show. Three teams from Raw, three teams from SmackDown, six-pack TLC ladder match with both titles hanging up, and you unify the tag team championships in a six-team TLC ladder match with three Raw and three SmackDown representative teams.
I love it. You would get me to explode if you would take the WCW, that 3 tier, and you added that into it.
Oh,
I would go nuts. I
oh
would be
man.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd lose it. I'd lose
That
it.
is
I
that's a
swear
wild
I had that
structure,
moment
though.
Friday night. What you think, Grun? What you think?
I think that's a wild structure. I definitely think that
It is a wild one. It's very
Yeah,
chaotic.
yeah.
They should not
um
do this.
no, no, not at all. But uh, I yeah, I think we're at a point where we need less titles. Like I get it, and that
Mm-hmm.
is the tag team titles need to be unified. I the women's United States and Intercontinental titles, they are not really doing what they were planned on doing, I don't think. Um but at the same time, like, look, mm,
He's
I
fighting with himself, people.
get
He
because
is.
I am because like they have a purpose, but for me, like Lyra's Lyra's, you can say she's been elevated. She's not a main eventer. Even if she wins,
No, she's not.
even
No.
if she wins, like that doesn't make me think she's ready for a main event. No, it's another step towards that,
Sure.
but Lyra, she's not ready for that. Tiffany Stratton was an anomaly, another anomaly that WWE created.
Very true.
And for the women's United States title, like Julia, it's good that Julia has it. I think it's good that Kiana James or Kiani James, Kiana
Kiana James, that
Kiana
was
James.
so. I'm glad you brought that. Kiana James, I'm glad you brought that up because, like, it's interesting, but it was so weird for me. And now, like, she has that match against Selena Vega, which, I mean, rewinding back to SmackDown just really quick. I'm somebody who's, I mean, if you heard the show, Selena Vega, not a huge fan. I think she's a snore. Just that promo that she did, pretty good. I didn't hate it at all. I bring some more of that, Zelina Vega,
Mhm.
and I think you might find something. But Kiana James, just weird because like this is a woman who I thought they were going to release at some point. She's been injured for so long, and now they've brought her back in a managerial role. That was just weird to me. I can't say I loved it or hated it. It was just weird. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
think
like it for Julia though.
yeah. I think it can work because I do think
I think it can.
they're trying to turn her heel, and I think having a manager is a good way to do that. Kiana being clipboard Karen, I think would
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
I think this is a wait and see. Come along for the ride, and you'll see.
I agree. That's a really good way of putting it. Because I'm gonna wait. Like I said, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It's just one of those things where I'm like, let me see what's gonna happen here. I want to see where this goes because it's a very interesting element for Julia. They're taking really good care of Julia. I'm going to say that they're taking real good care of Julia and how they're presenting her. You know, putting her with the manager, giving her a U.S. title run when Zelina's flopped. It's just if anything else, more than anything else, man, to unify those tag team titles because the Raw ones. Oh man, I mean, but SmackDown though. I love it. It's one of the best tag team divisions I've seen in such a long time. It's so fun. It's so exciting. But yeah, I think that I think that that's a discussion to be had, and we've had some really great discussions here talking about all things SummerSlam. We remembered Hulk Hogan, and we talked SmackDown as well, and man, like I said, next week it's going to be big. We're going to be in the thick of things because when Grun, when the voice Josh Joseph, and the returning Hypocrisy Jones returns next week, we will be in the thick of SummerSlam. We'll be one night in, one night to go. It's going to be a really big and a really great episode next week. So I'm excited for that one. We have a lot of great shows leading up to that as well. But I'm not going to be the only one to tell you about the awesome catalog of shows that we have here. I got my guys over here, and I got to give them the opportunity to plug those shows. And anything else that they do, I'm going to give it to my man, the Blue Eyed Villain Grunmeister. Where can they catch you in everything that you do, man?
You can catch me at twitch.tv/Grunmeister. Same name on on YouTube and Check me out there. I multi-stream on all three platforms. Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern, SmackDown review preview. Talk everything WWE, SmackDown, and pro wrestling.
My man, we appreciate all the work that you do here. You are awesome. You also do an amazing job on Mondays with my guy over here, and that is producer of the show, The Voice, Josh Joseph. Brother, where can they catch you and everything you do?
All right, fans. So if you like what you've seen, a little snippet here, you can join me and Grun with Kevin Calloway. He is our Chaos Goblin. We're over there on Monday, 7 p.m. It's the Monday Night Raw preview review show where we talk three subjects and we invite you in to have that discussion with us. And we welcome all of you guys have been great on the Monday nights. Really, really bringing your opinions and thoughts, and we truly appreciate that. And we can't wait to see you on Monday at 7 p.m. Outside of that, I do a little thing called an ECW watch along. That's where me and Howse, we sit back and we watch ECW, and it's a great time. It's a fun time, and it's a time we invite you to come and play with me and at ECW watch along. That's every Thursday at 5 p.m. where we talk and watch ECW, and that's always available on Spotify and Apple after we do it, and you get to hear the playback of the show. That is a very important feature that we're talking about because you get to hear it and you get to hear us react, and it's a fun time. We get a lot of response for that. We love it. So come join us on those days. Outside of that, I do a little thing on a Saturday every once in a while. It's Conspiracies at Sea. That's where I talk crazy, and you can come and join me, Viking Storm, and our young Jamie herself, Luna, where we talk conspiracies. It's a fun time. We'll be back after SummerSlam, and we'll be talking the news. There's so much to talk about, and just so much, so much. So come join us. That's a fun time. And of course, here on a Sunday, but I'll let Howse talk about that.
Oh man, on Sundays we have house parties, and next week's house party is one you do not want to miss. Like I said already, we're going to be one night in on SummerSlam, one night and we're gonna have Hypocrisy Jones return to the show. That's been a busy man doing some awesome stuff. He just did some stand-up over in Detroit, Michigan, and well, I'll let him tell you all about that when he comes next week. But he returns to the show and he's going to talk SummerSlam with us. It is going to be a great time, and SummerSlam is coming up, and that means there's one more Monday Night Raw to go. And when we have the window liquor guys, throw us the pitch. Me and Andy, we hit it out of the park with the Raw deal with Howse and O'Neil as we talk all things Monday Night Raw. It is a great time, and Annie, she's got a lot of stuff going on. She's, getting ready for a wedding. She's, get exclusive with the company. She's doing some stuff, but still makes time to be here with the household and talk all things Monday Night Raw. Then, like my man said, on Thursdays, we talk all things W. We get extreme, and we are on the cusp. We are scratching the surface. We are right there about to take this next guest, and we are so excited for what we're about to bring. But hey, up until that point, I got a really great concept that we're going to do with my man Voice here. I'm going to put him on the hot seat because, there's this thing called the Vault for WWE in their YouTube, and they just happen to have something called the top 50 moments of ECW. Are those moments true top 50 moments? Hey, we discuss it with my man, the educator of Extreme, the Voice, Josh Joseph. So we're going to do that. And, guys, you already know I'm just here doing my thing, anything that I can to make In Your House fun, to have us give you guys the best coverage, get you guys interacted in our Discord. Join the Discord. Go do that, all right? If you guys are hearing my voice, pause the podcast. If you guys are listening to the podcast, pause it. Go join the Discord. Now that it's unpaused, join it again. All right. Make sure you join the Discord. Go do that. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, the podcast version. It's really easy that if you guys can't catch us here doing our thing on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook Live, you guys can catch us, pop us in your ears. Maybe you're driving to work. Maybe you're working. Maybe you can pop some headphones in your ears when you're working. I know I do it. I listen to the pod when I'm working, and check us out, Apple Podcast, Spotify. But hey, listen, man, I need you to hit a package pile drive on the follow button. Make sure that you guys are following us, everything that we are doing, and just subscribe to everything there. We're trying to build up a community here. We got a great foundation, but we're looking to continue with the growth. So, guys, we do what we can here to try to make it a great show, a great environment for everybody, and that's all part of the work. And that's HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So, for the Grundmeister, for the Voice, Josh Joseph, and the whole team here at In Your House, I'm Alakan, the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yeah. In your house with Okan. Hey, Okan in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke.